Yeah, it's a phone. I'm gonna record. Alright. So we've got our new lovely blue harness. So he's a little bit hesitant about it, which is totally fine. Any new piece of equipment, leash, harness, collar, all equipment, right? Hi. Good boy. So I do have him on a leash, and it's just connected to his collar because I don't really expect him to be going anywhere. He can walk away from me, but he's got kind of like a 6-foot. Good boy. Look how much better we're getting at the sit. Good boy. Stand. Good boy. And once we get that sit down nice and good, nice and fluid, if you will. Good boy. Good sit. We can also work on the stand on cue, right? Which is a really good thing for when you're at the vet. Almost no one will be impressed about your dog's ability to be able to stand on cue other than your vet. Your vet will really, really appreciate it. So I've got treats in this hand. I'm just going to put a treat basically on the harness, kind of with my finger. Absolutely no issues here. Good boy. Now I'm just going to plop it over his back. Good boy. Now I'm going to lure him back off my legs because I don't want him standing on me. That's just like jumping. Good boy. Notice I have no intention of closing the harness. Good boy. See how he kind of like drew back and backed away? We want to avoid him feeling like he needs to do that, right? So we're going to take things nice and easy and at his pace. Good boy. See how he's kind of backing away? He's like, oh, okay. This harness is going to be a little bit heavier than the other one that he had. Good boy. And I'm just going to... Good. Good boy. You're doing it. Look at you going. Good boy. Good boy. There's a reason I have not just strapped the harness on him, right? Good boy. And I'm just going to lure him right over here. Good boy. I'm going to lure him back over here. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Stand. Good boy. Good job, sweetheart. Good job, sweetheart. And I'm going to do that about 5 more times, depending on him. So I'm just going to touch it to his shoulder, the front part of his shoulder. Good boy. And I'm just going to kind of rub it up and down, touch him with it a little bit. Good boy. Before I throw it over top of his shoulders, which would be his wither area, right where the neck kind of connects to the top of the shoulders and the spine. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Whatever cool position that is. Good boy. I accidentally dropped one, not a problem. Now, if he wants to, at any point, good sit. Oh my God. Did y'all see that? He literally, and I'm just going to give him like 4 or 5 treats right back to back. I'm also going to pop this leash off of him. And I'm going to stop covering up the squeaker so I can throw it. Good boy. I'm going to take him off the leash because, y'all, that is the first time he has just straight up offered me a sit. Good boy. Come on, this way. You know where I'm at. Good boy. Oh, you didn't bring the ball. That's okay. Sit. Not a problem. I am just super impressed. And the reason I went and just let him do whatever he wanted there for just a couple seconds, right, is because that was absolutely freaking fantastic. That was stupendous, right? It is absolutely amazing when our dog starts offering the behaviors that they realize that they're getting rewarded for. Good boy. And I'm just going to kind of give him a second. I am going to go find that ball. Good boy, because that was really, 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 really fantastic. We're going to go throw the ball for a few minutes, give him a little mental reset, just like 2 to 4 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Throw it a few times, give him a mental reset, and then we're going to come back to this. We don't ever want to overload our dog. What, do you think that this means treats? You see how he's just standing here waiting for me to ask him something? I love that. I don't have any more treats in my pocket. Hi. Good boy. Good boy. And as he wants to, I'm just going to let him. Good boy. Do you see how he's standing up a good deal taller? He's standing up stronger. He's like, oh, this is not hurting me. That's exactly what we like to see. Good boy. He left the ball and is over here, so he's telling me that he would rather focus than play with the ball. We can do that. I'm just going to go reload my pocket with some extra treats, because I clearly didn't grab enough. I know you see my pocket absolutely bulging with treats. There's no way I'm going to feed him this many. It would blow his little stomach up. I promise. Hi. Ding, he's such a good boy. Good boy. Notice I didn't lure him with my hand. I'm just going to throw a treat over that way. Throw another one because he didn't see it. Good boy. Good boy. And he's going to come and reset himself to me just because he wants to. Notice I didn't have to put the leash back on him to keep him, like, good boy, from just wandering off and losing focus. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So now I'm going to see if it actually fits. Good boy. And that's one of the reasons that I like this harness, is it's much, much easier to get on than the step in. Because you have to line your little feet up. Some dogs don't like really having their feet touched, which you can work on, but you don't want getting in the harness to be stressful. Good boy. And because it is just going to be more comfortable for me to go ahead and fasten these together. Good boy. I'm going to fasten them one at a time. That does fit at its tightest, all of its tightest points. He is barely in a small. I'm glad you measured. You must have. Good boy. Good boy. I would have assumed because his chest is not terribly broad. I would have assumed because his little stature, he would have been an extra small. But nope, you're no small. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to take it off, and we're going to do that again. Good boy. I'm not going to stop in the taking it off process there. Good job. Good boy, Bear. And I'm going to toss a little treat over there, let him reset himself. I don't know what that is, but it's not food. Good boy. There. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. So at this point, we can start reliably adding in a verbal cue with his sit, right? I love smart dogs, y'all. Good boy. Notice after kind of every repetition there, I'm going to go ahead and throw him one. There, sit. It's okay. Good boy. Good boy. I kind of preemptively, that's okay. I didn't mean to give him one as he stood up. It just kind of happened. Sit. Good boy. So notice I'm going to be saying the word as his butt is headed towards the ground, right? He thought I was going to throw it. Sit. Good boy. Go. He heard me throw it. Good boy. That's allowing him to kind of use his little nose, which is really fun for terriers. Good. And because he's freely offering the sit, I'm going to work on a little bit. Good boy. Notice how when he pulled his nose away there just for a split second, good boy, that's when you're going to get that treat, okay? But we're working on some compounding information right now. Good boy. So not only do we have the sit, but we're also working on a leave it, right? Because when he pulls that nose away, I notice sometimes, especially if he's excited, he gets just a little bit nibbly, which is totally normal. But, you know, since you do have a youngin' in the house a couple days a week, and you will continue to have a good boy, and because you will continue to have a young child around, good boy, it's very, very important that a dog is able to gently take treats. And I know a lot of people don't actually know that you can, good boy, a lot of people don't know that you can in fact teach a dog to have a more gentle mouth than what they just naturally want to use, you know what I'm saying? See how his automatic, good boy, good sit, good. Do you see how he just sat there for a second with nose totally disconnected from the treat? I like that a lot. Like that a lot. You're such a smart boy. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. We even added making eye contact that time. Notice this hand is baited. That's a bird. That's the bird. Okay, I'm just going to hold the hand still. Good boy. So I've got, this hand is baited that's closer to him, right? It's alright. I'm going to walk him in a little circle just right here. Good boy. And notice we're also not getting treated every single time for the sit this time, right? Because he's starting to do it just reliably. Good boy. Really, really quick eye contact. That's all I'm asking for right now. And it eventually will get to the point where your dog will sit and look at you and wait to be invited to take the treat. Good boy. Despite the fact he didn't make eye contact that time, it's totally fine. Good boy. Good boy. You're so smart. You're so smart. Now we're going to go with this again. But the reason he's not getting treated every single time for the sit is that because we don't ever want treat dependency on a behavior that we know that the dog can accomplish, right? So when you're seeing 80% of the time, the animal will do, it's okay. If he backs away, I'm just going to let him walk backwards. I'm going to just lure him closer to me with a treat. Good boy. Good boy. And I know in the beginning we're using lots and lots of treats, but that is one of the reasons that it makes it fun for him. And also, you know, this is his payment. You know what I'm saying? Why would anyone want to do anything for free? Animals are the same way. And the reason that we don't just use play as a reward with him, some dogs you can, is because I want, good boy, sorry, I entirely lost my train of thought while I was breaking that and also trying to not pull on him too hard. Hi, you're so handsome. You're so handsome. We want to make sure that we have a currency that our dog is willing to work calmly for. That's what I was about to say. So with him, when that ball gets pulled out, he gets so excited that that's all he can focus on doing is doing the fetching action, right? And when we're working on something where we want him to be calm and more focused on us, we need a calmer form of currency, right? Good boy. Good boy. Such a good boy.